I have been manifesting my future before I even knew what manifesting was. I literally had a journal when I was in college where I would write to the 5 year from then version of myself. I actually have a notes section where I titled it to my future husband. I am slowly letting Ahmed read some of those entries. This whole idea of being futuristic has been such a part of my life, but I decided to flip the switch and do something completely different this year. This year, in this journal, I have been writing from my future self to my current self. And honestly, it has been everything. What's up, little sis? I'm your girl Rima, and welcome back to the Arab and Thriving show. I watched this video last year by a creator. Her name is Laura, where she talks about the manifesting tip that she's been doing for the past few years.
I'm gonna start off by scripting. This is my method that I call the memoir technique. What you're basically gonna do is you're gonna set a day before 2024, going to write a mini memoir on how your year of 2024 went. Basically, whatever you want to happen to you in 2024, I want you to write those things out as if they had already happened and how they made you feel. As if you are telling your past self of what happened.
Literally like the night of New Year's Eve, I was in Dubai at my brother's place and we were throwing this big New Year's party, and I was literally like hair done, makeup done, about to get in my dress, but I'm like, I need to do that thing. And me being a procrastinator, yes, I literally waited until that night. So I sat in bed and I just wrote this long letter. It ended up being like 3 to 4 pages from the end of 2024 version of me to the version of me that was writing it that night. It was so magical. Like, I cannot describe to you how it felt to access the version of me that knows that I'm gonna get everything I want and that I'm gonna be able to do everything I want in that year. I've been talking a lot about this on TikTok around, it's actually not about whether any of those things end up happening. It's about embodying the feeling that you want to give yourself. One of the first things that I learned in manifestation last year when I really started getting into it, this iPhone is not valuable in and of itself. It's valuable because of the way it makes you feel, or the things it gives you access to, but how those things make you feel. It makes me feel connected. It makes me feel high tech. It makes me feel resourceful. If you want to lose or gain weight or change your body in some way, it's not about what that thing looks like. There's so many people who have lost or gained weight or achieved their body goals and still feel like shit about themselves when they look in the mirror. So that body, that silhouette that you want, in and of itself is not the valuable thing. What's valuable is how you expect that thing to make you feel. And so one of the best ways that I've learned to manifest is to access that feeling in the moment. Find ways to feel sexy right now. Find clothes that you can wear that even as you're on your way to that figure can make you feel good. Go to the gym and like lift weights in a way that makes you feel sexy and strong. Or when you're doing your hot girl walks, like take time to appreciate your body. When you're in the shower, like whatever it is, allow yourself to access the desired emotion even before you've achieved the desired result. What will happen is, because you've accessed that emotion right here and right now, you become an energetic, emotional match to the thing that you want. And so you're able to attract it into your life so much faster. This totally works with dating. If you're somebody who is single and wants companionship or wants connection and you haven't found your person yet, find ways to give yourself that right now. Appreciate the people in your life that love you. Appreciate how you love yourself. Whatever it is that you're wanting from a relationship, find ways to appreciate that in this now moment and watch how much faster you'll attract that person. One of the things that will happen is that you'll actually attract that. Or you might not attract the thing that you thought you wanted, but because you are embodying the feeling of what you want, you'll attract something even better. You didn't realize that you wanted it, but you'll attract something even better. I challenge you, go on TikTok, go on YouTube, and look up success stories. Tell me right now, I bet you any money that 9 out of 10 of those success stories will be about people that thought they wanted a certain career and just started working towards that and ended up in a completely different place that they attribute their success to. They attribute their success and their happiness and their dream life to this destination they never thought they were headed towards. They thought thought they were headed in a different direction. It turns out the thing that actually was going to give them that feeling they wanted was in a different direction. And that's why I always love to say, give God room to surprise you. There are so many things in your life that I'm sure you can point to that actually ended up so much better than the things that you thought you wanted. There are so many bullets that you probably realize you dodged, and that you're actually thankful that you didn't get exactly what you asked for because you were asking for the wrong things. Back to my point about this journal thing. So I did that prompt the night of New Year's, went upstairs, and even like that night, I swear, it just felt like there was this like stardust sprinkled on me, and I just felt different. Like I got in my dress, I felt good about myself, I felt good about my energy, my attitude. So I'm like, you know what? I wonder what this year would look like if I committed to doing this almost every day. Now, I haven't done it every single day, I'm not gonna lie, but we just got back from Dubai and I was like adjusting with life, but I've been like pretty consistent. Look. Don't be trying to read my journal. But I've been doing it. Every single time I do it, it's the weirdest thing where I put pen to paper and I just sit, and in that moment, whether it's 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, I don't give myself like a page limit. I don't give myself a mandatory amount of time. If it ends up being 30 seconds, then that's what it is that day. But for that time period, as I'm sitting with pen to paper, I embody what I imagine the year from now version of myself would be and what they would say. And I talk to them as if they're a different person. Like I use the word you strategically. Anytime I'm writing and I say you, I'm talking about this version of myself, because that version of myself is a little bit different. And in order for me to spend this year manifesting all of the things that I said I wanted, I need to start feeling pulled by that version of me to get closer and closer to her. This is so much different in energy and in how it feels than how it used to feel when I was in college, in my dorm room. I was 18 years old, writing in this journal. Actually, I still have it. I haven't finished it. But in this journal, look at it. I literally wrote from my 18-year-old self to my 23-year-old self. As much as it was beautiful and as much as I love rereading it, if you think about the energetics of that, there's this vast space, especially at that age. 5 years is everything. I would have graduated college, I would have had my first job. There were so many things that were gonna happen in those 5 years that it just truly felt so inaccessible. And I think that's what I needed at the time. But if I'm honest, it did kind of create this distance, this lack, where I'm like, I'm gonna be all of those things, but right now I'm all of these things. And yes, it gives me hope to know that I'm moving towards this, but I'm writing from the perspective of the version of me that doesn't have any of that wisdom yet, or hasn't accomplished all of those things. And it just felt a little bit different than how it feels now to write from the perspective of the version of me who has accomplished so much, who is more confident, who is more aligned, who is seeing her life unfold in front of her in all of the amazing ways. To sit down and channel that version of me, it almost injects all of that into this version of me. You guys, my voice is cracking right now and I don't know why.
Maybe I'm getting possessed by her.
I would not mind that because she's lit. And I want to tell you how I know it's real. When I sit down and channel that version of me, she says shit I was not even thinking about. She'll say things in a way where I'm like, wow. It's never planned. It's not like I give myself a prompt, because how can I give, it's not me, it's her. So I can't tell her what to write because she's her. And so she tells me what she knows that I need to hear, because she, unlike me, has the gift of retrospect. You guys, I hope you don't think I'm crazy or acting like I'm having voices in my head. But anyway, she has the gift of retrospect. She has the gift of knowing that things worked out. She has the gift of knowing that this has been an amazing transformative year. So she's able to tell me what I need to hear at the point where I'm at, where she watches this movie kind of unfold. It was really just supposed to be a one-day activity, but because it felt so good that day, I was like, let me just turn this into a whole year-long activity that I do and see how it plays out. For no other reason than it makes me feel like I believe in myself so much more. It makes me feel like I'm not stuck in any specific pattern that I'm in that day. It literally is an every single day, or for however many days you do it, reminder that you can change and evolve and grow, and you will change and evolve and grow. I'm gonna read you an excerpt in hopes that it inspires you to try this. I was not feeling good. And that day I was like, why am I gonna sit down and write if I'm not feeling good? And then I'm like, wait, that's literally the whole point, is because I'm feeling low, because I'm feeling demotivated, discouraged, even sad, I need to channel the version of myself that knows it's all going to work out even better than I expected. So especially on days where I don't feel good, I need to sit down and write. And so here's one thing that she told me on this day, and I think about it often. Keep going. Respectfully, you're being a little bitch. I love that she's also like a tough lover, because I don't really want that version of me to go away, at least anytime soon. You've got this. Push past this discomfort. You feel like sabotaging this because you are tired of feeling so much. If you really look at your life, you're having fun. Follow that, and I promise you'll never go wrong. You will thank yourself endlessly for how you chose to handle days like today. I love you. Re32. I call her Re32 because I'll be 32 at that point, and right now I'm 31. And when she said, you will thank yourself endlessly for how you chose to handle days like today, I literally got goosebumps as I was writing it, because who else can tell you that but God, or the version of yourself that knows it's all gonna work out? Who else can tell you that you're gonna thank yourself for how you chose to handle the days where you felt like giving up? But the version of you who knows that if you had pushed past that day, things would work out so much better than you expected. That is what I think is so powerful. I don't know if this is a manifestation tool that other people use, but to me, it's just a no-brainer, because it's like you're injecting your current self with the certainty that everything is going to work out. And it's one thing to watch someone else try to tell you that, but imagine hearing it from the version of you who already knows that. And I feel like so many of us do it the other way. We wait until we succeed, and that's if we didn't give up. The few of us who don't give up, the few of us who do keep going, are able to then speak from a place of retrospect. Like, if I could go back to my younger self, that's like everybody's favorite prompt. If I could go back to my younger self, I would tell her, you're gonna thank yourself endlessly for how you chose to handle the hard days, right? But like, why wait until you've gotten there to speak as if you've already gotten there? Why wait until you've achieved those things to encourage the version of yourself that needs to hear it right now? You don't need to hear it after you've achieved them. You can't hear it after you've achieved them, because the version of you who didn't believe is already gone. They've already seen it, right? But how many more of us would get to the point where we've achieved everything, where we're living our dream life, if we learn to talk to the version of us that couldn't yet see it? How many of us would live the life that we're supposed to live and have our dreams unfold in front of us if we had that bit of encouragement and assurance during the times where we needed it the most? So
I need to go to my Pilates class.
But I just encourage you to try this. If you try it, please comment below and let me know how it goes. Just try one entry, even if it's just one page. Speak from the perspective of the future version of yourself. It's helpful for me to speak from the perspective of the 1 year out version of myself, but depending on where you're at in life, it might feel better to speak from the 3 months out version of yourself, or even the 3 years out version of yourself. Like, there's no rules. What makes you feel safe? What makes you feel inspired? What version of you can you actually listen to and believe and want to depend on? Is there a version of you that you respect and admire more than other versions of yourself? And just follow that and go from there. Let me know how it goes. I love you so much. And as always, stay powerful, my loves.